Welcome to my channel. These slides that are rolling by are an indication of some of the things that I cover on a regular basis in my videos. Once you have watched the video, I would appreciate it if you would click the like button and leave a small comment. It's really a big help to the channel. The YouTube logarithm, when it sees that, promotes the channel more and will be more viewers. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you for watching. Well, the sauerkraut has fermented for 2 weeks, and I don't know if you can notice a difference without having a picture of what it looked like before to compare, but it has changed from the many nice green colors to a more almost translucent and still some coloring of green. But the fermentation has basically stopped. I mean, it would continue to age if I let it keep aging, but I think I'm going to taste it and see what I think of it, and then I will refrigerate it. First thing I'm going to do is remove the pickle pipes and replace them with the regular sealed lid for the mason jar. So when I do put them in the refrigerator, the fermentation is finished. There shouldn't be any concern with them continuing to bubble out. They did expel quite a bit of liquid at times. Now, see if I can get the, what's it called? The pickle pebble, I think is what it's called. The hunk of glass that goes down in each one of them to hold them under the brine. And once the fermentation had finished, all of a sudden the liquid went down quite a bit. I hadn't had to add anything until the fermentation was practically finished, and then I did top them up a bit. See if I can get over to that other one without knocking you on the floor. There is the pickle pipes removed. And now for that round cabbage leaf that I put on top to hold the cabbage down below the brine. Now I'll get a little sample of each one out and taste it. If you didn't see the original video that I did 2 weeks ago, you may not understand what I'm talking about here. I used 4 different kinds of flavorings, just a teaspoon of each in each of the 4 jars. From left to right here, that one's got fennel, this one has celery seed, that one is dill, and this one is some of my hot chili peppers, a chili de árbol that I grew this summer, a Mexican chili. So I've taken out a little sample of each one, and I will taste it. I'll put a link below this video to the one that I did a couple of weeks ago making the sauerkraut, if you haven't seen that and you're interested. So we'll try the fennel first. I actually see a fennel seed in the bit that I have here. Oh yeah. And if you like fennel, there is a good fennel flavor. I'm surprised it's only a teaspoon of the fennel seeds. kraut is still nice and crunchy. We'll enjoy that one. And this one is celery seed. A lot of the recipes for pickles that I make, bread and butter pickles in particular, call for celery seeds, and I've often wondered if they actually impart a flavor. There's so many other seasonings involved there as well. So, oh yeah, I can't say it tastes like celery, but it has a very nice sort of an earthy flavor. I'm glad I did that one as well, I guess. I'm surprised at how crunchy it still is after 2 weeks of fermenting. I'm glad that it's crunchy. I don't like it when it's, well, like that Botan stuff that you can buy in a jar is usually quite limp. And also canning it, which is the method used to put it in that jar, removes almost all of the beneficial probiotics and whatever that are in fermented food. I had several comments from people. That was quite good. I had several comments from people on sauerkraut that their family had made in the past, and so I don't think a lot of them said what country was involved, but one that really interested me was, I think it was the person's grandfather made sauerkraut in large wooden barrels, and by the way that they spoke, several large wooden barrels full. It was I'm almost thinking that might be, well, something European, German or something maybe, but like I say, the person didn't say. But the interesting part was, in the barrel they would put a layer of chopped cabbage and then a layer of whole heads of cabbage and alternate until they got to the top. Of course, the chopped cabbage was used as sauerkraut, and the whole cabbages, once they had fermented and pickled and whatever, were used to make cabbage rolls. I thought that was quite interesting. I've never ever made cabbage rolls. I assume there's a vegetarian version there somewhere that I could try at some point. This one has got dill seed in it. It has a nice flavor, and I do get a hint of dill, I guess, in the background, but it's not like a dill pickle or anything. There is a little dill flavor in the background. Maybe that will continue to strengthen as it ages in the refrigerator. You don't have to refrigerate, by the way. If you have a cold basement room, it's already preserved in the fermenting process, so as long as it needs to be in a cool, dark place. But since I only have 4 jars, I didn't want to keep going up and down into the basement. They wouldn't tend to get used, I don't think, if I had to go to the basement every time to get some. So I'm going to put mine in the refrigerator. I have room for them. And this is the one that has the chili peppers. I've even got one of the slices of it on this forkful here. No great heat. I don't detect anything much in the way of heat. A little bit, I guess, in an after taste there. But they are very hot chili, but I have discovered that in cooking with them, most of the heat goes away, which I've seen happen before in other chilies that I've used, but I'm thinking the heat went away in fermenting them as well. It's a nice tasting of sauerkraut, but I really don't taste the hot chilies in it. Well, there is my 4 jars, 4 different flavors, ready to go in the refrigerator, and I'm sure they will be enjoyed. As I said, I'll put a link to the original video down below if you're interested in making some sauerkraut. It's really quite an easy process and a very healthy food. Thank you very much for watching.